Alright, so welcome to Floggonomics 101, part 1 on the Leatherwork series on what I call framing the leather. This is the DIY course, and it's not like the other videos that I did in the time-lapse form that you don't really need words. It's pretty self-explanatory, but this first part, it needs a little bit of explanation because, I don't get leather the same way that I guess a manufacturer would. I harvest the leather from this was a couch, and it was probably, it's the back. This is where you lean up against. You can see how that was more of the back cushion seat. So the first thing you do after you've cut it all out like that, if we're going to be making a flogger out of this, we need to turn this into a rectangle. And seems easy enough, but this is how I do it. This is how I do it. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to maximize the amount of leather that you can use from this. And what are your needs? Are you looking to do something lengthwise? But if you do it lengthwise, you'll only have it this many. You might want to use a different piece and make two pieces with falls this long. But if you look at the width, this is about, this is 18 inches. You see this right here. And, if we make this into a rectangle, you'll have falls that are about 16 inches long, 15 inches long, and a lot more of them if you do it that way. But we'll see what the final numbers are. We gotta just first make it into a rectangle. So we break out our handy dandy, here's the tools of the trade. You'll need cutting mats beneath. You'll need one of these cool L rulers. So you get a straight edge. You have to make the first straight edge. It's curved on all sides. You find the one, because you want to cut the least amount of leather out of all of this to maximize it. Figure out what you're going to be doing. I figure here, this will be it. So try to set it up. Give yourself most leather you can get from it. Grab your handy dandy pizza wheel cutter and voila, straight edge. Now with the leather, it stretches and it pulls, and you'll drive yourself crazy about how it's not exactly straight and whatever. See, look at this. It's like it just curves. That's, do what you can to get it as close as you can. In the end, nobody's gonna really know anything anyway, so. Alright, let's see how much we can get out of this. I'm not gonna go on the shortest part. We'll figure out our usage, later, but we want to try, like I said, to get the most out of these things, and I think I'm doing this horizontally, not a vertically. You know what? I'll just cut off this. Again, the point is to have just straightness. And we'll cut it down to exact numbers afterwards, but you gotta just get a framework when you're framing your rectangle here. Just get it started, just get it going, just find out what you got. Now in what I'm doing right now, I'm actually looking to be making a pair of floggers. So I'm gonna match up two pieces. I have another one waiting right over here next to it. And you got to go with the least common denominator. Whatever the smallest number is, if you're going to have a matching set, they have to match. Kind of in the definition of what a matching set is. So, look, this is just not straight on either side because of the old stretchiness when it was once upon a time a cushion. It's not quite aligned left and it's not quite aligned bottom. But you'll drive yourself crazy trying to get it perfect all the time. And as a perfectionist, believe me, I've driven myself kind of crazy about it. But you do your best and then refine it after you get, you know, some cuts going, you know? It's like you got to just make your choice on the first cuts and then do better later. I'm lining the L ruler. It's good with these mats that they're lined. There. Since this edge comes down a little bit, I'm going to be in on the edge. Living on the edge. One last, I say last side, but you end up going back over it again afterwards. After you, this one's pretty straight right here. Almost self-explanatory. Not completely. So what do we got out of this? What's our usable material here, right? Now at the top of a flogger, the first 2 inches goes around the handle. So some of this can still be used if you're doing this lengthwise, which I still might do. Let's see how widthwise what we got. Widthwise, we're looking at, this is now a could be a 13-inch, a flogger with 13-inch falls. Be about 13 by what, 20? By 21. We'll probably cut another inch off here, which makes about 40 wide. That's kind of thick. That's good. So this will be short and thick. Here's its matching one. To see if we get this, we'll probably get more out of. I think that corner chunk on the other one. Ooh, same sort of thing. Yeah, it's the back of the couch, the back cushion. It kind of has that shape like that. So all right, see what we get out of this. It'll probably be about the same thing. Try to straighten out the curves from it. It's been stretched. What can you do? I didn't purchase this leather. This came from a happy home at one point. But couch cushions are usually of better quality than the backs of the couch. But the backs of the couch are usually more pristine. It's always up against a wall, you know, or whatever. It's not as dirty, you know, people aren't all sitting on the back of the couch. It's shittier quality leather, but always cleaner and not stretched. It's giving up one for the other. guess that's the end of this video of part 1. You know, part 2, you clean off your rectangle with you clean and condition it. I use, what's the name of that? Whiteman's? I don't know, I hold it up in the time-lapse video. And part 3, you slice it into a skirt. That's what I call it, a skirt, like a grass skirt, like a Hawaiian skirt. Part 4 is you wrap it around the dowel of the handle. And the example video time-lapsed was Elric's antler flogger. The slice-up video was Hookah Mike's Yidyod flogger. I actually recorded myself slicing 4 different pieces of leather, but the camera wasn't in good enough position to see the leather as I was slicing most of it. I only got like 2 pieces worth. And both of those, Elric's and Hookah Mike's, came out beautiful. Like those were pretty unique tools they got. I didn't get to christen them on people. I didn't get to get a good feel for them. Hopefully someday in the future I might, but those had like action that's just different. And I don't know quite how they went. But these 2 that I'm making now, I don't know if it's for myself or if I'm going to sell them. I mean, hope is to sell, but I don't have a pair anymore besides the jump rope floggers. I could use another pair. So I might be making this for myself. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to be using the scooter handles, the grips that I got from a kid's scooter, in order to come up with the pair. Yeah, what's going on here? Having a little technical difficulties. Straightening this bad boy up. Alright, maybe I could fast forward this part, but you don't get the audio, so too bad. So sad. Side 2, the tedium. This is kind of brainless, this part. You just gotta squish, straighten, measure, do your best. I got that side already. So what do we got out of this? We got this one's about an inch longer or wider. I don't know if you're inch or 2 wider, inch longer. Somebody's getting cut. Alright, well, that's the video. This is basically what framing is. Ta-da! And then you slice it, or clean it and slice it and wrap it, and you got yourself some floggers. See ya.